get the typical break shot leave here. It's amazing that on the break shot they keep getting a different leave. That's not what he wanted. Well, yes. Real short off the right side of the white. Or is he trying to play a reverse? Can't tell which side of the wall he's aiming at. I think he's playing my first option. Short, very short. Not short enough.
I think he shot it too slowly. It sort of straightened out.
I think he'll have to bank this.
I don't think he has to. He might do it, although he doesn't really favor banks, but he's certainly looking at the approach angle off the short rail there.
That's what he's doing. He's scoping out this bank.
Yeah, so the choice is to use the long rail last or the short rail last. So he's going to use the long rail last. 3 and right.
No way to make it off the red.
Multiple scoring patterns, but nothing worked. Zanetti plays more bank shots than Jaspers. Zanetti wouldn't mind this as a bank.
Zanetti's looking at a bank.
The alternatives aren't so terrific. Though there are two choices on the bank. The one he's looking at is the more natural. A very good approach angle. If you hit the red anywhere near on the correct side, you're going to make this. He hit the incorrect side.
And sold out. I like thin off the red, very little English to come in short. You wonder what demons he sees.
Well, they're positional issues. He's going outside.
Yeah.
And the question is, will he come short or long?
Short.
I think everything has to do with kisses and position. That way he could drive the red to avoid any kiss.
And it's a huge target that way if you can get the correct angle.
And now?
And now?
Outside, he's looking at coming short off the red, or you can come long off the yellow.
Semi's up next to winner. He plays the winner.
Semi's trying to scope out both of these players to see whichever one he's going to have to face. He wants to see how they're playing.
That's what I thought he'd try, but it didn't work.
Oh, now, can Zanetti come long enough?
I think so.
For the natural?
Because he can shoot softly, so he dives in at a longer angle.
So we'll dive in like that, and then come around that way.
I think that's what he's looking at. That means a little fuller hit than normal, so it slows up the cue ball and it has time to dive.
Yeah, now they get. I guess they'll go off the white. You think?
Well, I think he'll. Well, he's wondering if he can drive the red through that hole. He held his cue that way. And there isn't much of an angle if he drives
So
the red.
the problem that he's considering is if he goes off the red, then what does the red ball do?
He's driving it through the hole.
Yes.
That should spin enough to make. I think he will.
Any choices?
Yeah, he's.
Looks like he's coming short back to where he's standing,
But this is going to go off the red.
or long. Yeah, I think that's tough because
Me
of how
too.
far away from the rail the white ball is. It's
Yeah,
just
and I
it's
think
an
you
awful target.
Should have gone off the white, I think.
Short off the bottom side of the yellow. Can he get short enough?
Doesn't look like it to me.
See, possibility one is to try to catch a rail right before the red ball. Possibility two is to...
Is that a cross table or a drop in?
I think
That's
so.
crossing. It is a drop in.
And it dropped right in.
I'll say it did. Tough customer.
Well, based on the way Jaspers has been playing recently, he should win this. I mean, his averages have been stratospheric. Well, one reason this isn't so good is the red is far from the rail. He can go long, but
I think he might be doubling the rail.
wow, that red is really far. I think he's coming back to hit where he's standing. Oh yeah, that's
Pretty tough.
yeah. There might have been some defensive concept there.
Well, it hit it full. That keeps the yellow on the far end. This isn't easy.
He also should remember that Zanetti doesn't mind bank shots. He's looking at an approach angle, and there is a bank shot coming.
Oh, it was tough. Reaching over, left-handed. And this bridge hand arched over the red ball, which is being studied by the ref. Here comes the yellow around neatly.
In addition to no fouls by double hit, I also observed no fouls by touching balls in this tournament. They may have occurred. I just didn't see any in any of the matches I viewed.
A little long. Oh no. I guess I can just make up thin off the red. This guy's tough, and now he has another easy short angle.
Well, he can certainly make this. The choice is exactly what kind of hit in English he uses to deal with the red ball. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
That's a good leave.
Yeah. Bank that red 3 rails around the table. Yeah, I think you'll go thin off the yellow. Another absolutely perfect position shot.
It was beautiful. The hit was beautiful. He
and he also got
hit it full to get the perfect diamond position,
right.
to replace the yellow
right.
near where it started. If he had just hit a natural angle, he wouldn't have gotten that. So he hit thick and followed.
The bank up for the same long rail.
Yeah, and he can do it again. I think this will be a.
He's doing it. And he hit the wrong rail for the position, but.
Yeah, the yellow ball didn't hit the correct rail. So now he has work to do.
Well, the only thing I see is some sort of a zigzag, or I guess the Europeans call it an accordion pattern, don't they?
Yes.
He's on a run of 7.
I'll be impressed if he gets to 8. I understand the problem. And I did. Oh, he used the classic kiss pattern.
Oh, he very near. That brought a smile from him. He doesn't smile too often during the game.
We promised to show it to you when he did. Yeah.
I guess he's wondering whether he should play 4 rails and come in short for a 5th.
Well, should he play fancy
or
should he play fancy or straightforward? Is the real question. I mean, one possibility is to come here and do something somewhat delicate there.
Well, he's going to play
off the white 4 around or short.
No, he changed his mind a little bit. I think he's playing direct on and not short. Yeah.
Look at it, really lengthened out.
What a shot. Yeah, he had a little hold up there. Yeah, he can go off the side of the red.
For 3 natural?
Mm-hmm.
So hitting fairly thin there and just dropping in like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's looking at.
And the worry is it might just take him a little long.
Depends on how much he
Yeah, I think he's got
spins it.
Most of the red will end up in a nice place too. And he shortened it up. Yeah, the problem is the red being in a good place means it's in a good place for both players.
Mm-hmm.
So if he'd made it, it would have been great for him, and now it's great for Jaspers.
I think you play a 4 cushion off the...
So it's much better to put your opponent's cue ball in a good place than to put the red ball in a good place.
Four rails off the side of the yellow. Going to a huge target. But where will the yellow ball be? Uh-oh, the lead he got there is probably a disaster for Zanetti.
Well, what's the good part? I don't think he can go thin enough off the left side of the yellow.
Oh, that's the key. If he can't, then it's tough.
If he can't, then a possibility is to come back like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that shot much. I think he's playing the force back to the rail. I've seen that shot several times. Looks like he's in pretty good position. There it is. On this cloth that has such beautiful action.
Can he go thin off the left side of the red?
Yeah, he can because it figures to come short, and that's where the yellow ball is sitting. Rail first off the rail first to the yellow.
The referee has just called last 3, which means that Jaspers is 3 points away from winning the set and winning the match.
And going on to meet semi-second, or it's almost certainly rail first. And we're dying, Marco. I think you can...
There's almost no such thing in one of these matches as being comfortably ahead.
No.
14-0 is pretty good, but 12-4 isn't fully comfortable.
I guess you can't go off the red. Otherwise, it's...
Well, the red's in a really bad zone. Maybe it's cross table.
Can't tell. Might be up and down. No good.
When I speak of the bad zone, I'm talking about this area here. The two diamonds that surround the center diamond on a long rail is just a terrible place for an object ball to be if it's the second object ball. Now, Jaspers can make it the first object ball, and it's a great place for it to be.
He's got a huge shot here. And this is one where if you can come up behind the yellow, then the red will be in the upper right-hand corner, and it'll be an easy shot. Well, he hit that a little too hard for my plan.
Well, I hope he can do something tricky, because he's put the red near the center of the short rail, another safety zone position.
And
What he was he can't. I don't think he can do it without fouling. But he was looking at one rail, a second rail ball, and a third rail.
He's going to try to.
But he's so close to the rail there that he.
He's about a half an inch. Let's see how
the good part is he can shoot it at an angle, so it may not come back and foul into his Q-tip.
He doesn't like it.
The referee is watching carefully. Yes.
Isn't that funny? When he finally decided, he just took a quick jab.
Yeah.
Well, there's a double rail, but off which ball? Looks like he's taking the red ball. And draw it over that long rail.
Looks that way.
Yeah. You have to have a lot of spin to make this one. And it does. Beautiful.
With Jaspers 2 away from a complete victory, I think Zanetti knows that this is the time.
4 rails, I guess.
Long.
Through the hole. Oh,
The good part about the 4-railer there is you can really hit the balls more softly, like this, and control them.
There's an old system here. These balls are a little bit more than 2 diamonds apart, which means that's 2 diamonds. That means half of that means you have to hit this, which is 1 diamond over from the corner. That's an old system.
That's the system he used.
Yeah, it went right to that point. Could have got a little luckier there.
It doesn't look as if it's so great to try to drop in behind the white, so I think he'll have to go off the white.
Oh, that's tough. Looks like the red is on.
Well, if he misses the red, it's on a great two-way scoring path.
Missed it. That should be good. Another great position.
Yeah, I think he'll have to go long.
Yeah.
which means he'll be slowly nudging the white ball up closer to the center of the long rail, which is only good if he can shoot off it.
He's on a run of 5.
And so it's the comeback trail, but he really needs it. He's also heavily elevated on that shot. Really heavily elevated. See? He nudged the white ball
It turned out okay, though.
A little further up the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's okay if he shoots off the white ball now. It's not so okay if it's his second object ball.
But it is okay.
I think he's right at the limit of what he might be able to do going long off the red.
I think he'll go short off the white.
That's exactly it. I think he needs to make the white his first object ball.
He has to hit this very thin, I would think, to avoid the kiss.
I think you should go the other way, off the left side of the white. And there's no kiss. They went long.
That's too bad. Now, but he's made a game out of it. He's up to 10. He has to hope Jaspers will almost certainly make the first one, but what will the outcome be? How do you like this? It's a shot he should make. He's scratching his head.
He banged the floor with
with his head.
The butt of his cue.
A wide open short angle, he missed it. Well, Zanetti got a second chance here that he didn't really expect.
It's not a thrill either.
I hate this shot.
Some guys, probably not Zanetti, although maybe, just go play a follow through the red.
No, I think he's playing a spin off the side of the red and just 3 rails. Is that good or what? Boy, that's good play. To do that under these heavy pressure.
Well, he's had serious chances, and he's making something of them. Okay, so who's favored now? The guy in the chair who needs 2, or the guy at the table who needs 4?
I'd say the guy at the table.
Yeah, he knew immediately that wasn't going to work. At least he left the lineup. The bad part is it's not tough.
Yeah, that's easy. But he missed an easy one on his last inning.
Yeah, he has to hit off the right side of the yellow, top side, looking at your screen. Seems to me the only possible trouble is a kiss.
I don't usually cut it away from the kiss.
Yeah, he cuts it away, but then it bounces off a long rail.
Well, yeah, cut it real thin.
Yeah, he took it out of the shot completely.
Oh my God. If he loses this game, he's going to go crazy.
But I insist that part of the problem is worrying about positioning that first ball. It causes a conflict in the brain. You want to aim to make the shot, but you also have to do something else on the shot. And it's difficult to do that with a time clock ticking down on you.
Jaspers, I think Norway would made that shot and the previous shot 9 out of 10.
Without a clock ticking, I think he would have.
Well,
strange thing here is that Zanetti's clock has ticked down to lower than Jaspers.
Oh yeah, it has.
He's
at
right at the 60-second mark now.
He glanced over at the clock. Boy, this is tough when the first ball is so close. So close to the rail.
Kiss.
Well, it's no cinch. He didn't leave a cinch.
Outside short.
Yep. Withdraw.
Getting the third rail down there, and maybe a fourth right in there. No kiss. Good shot. Problem is, he needs 2, not 1. So he has to think about the after position.
There could be a kiss if he is unlucky.
Where do you think the kiss would be?
Right in the middle of the table.
Down here somewhere?
No. Not very likely.
We're there?
Told you.
Mm-hmm. No, I heard you narrate the Sagener match. You were just predicting kisses all over the place. Well, I think what this should show the viewers is that planning for kiss avoidance is just an absolutely critical part of the three-cushion game.
I'll say.
A huge number of shots are missed because of kisses.
And when you miss them by the kiss, you lose all the control of whatever you thought the balls were going to do.
Well, it also shows you had no idea what the balls were going to do, or you wouldn't have kissed.
Yep. This is a touchy little shot.
It is a two-way pattern. Was he playing 5 rails, or?
I don't think so. Heartbreaking shots. Well, he has a couple choices here.
Right, but he still needs 2. So you think just the short angle?
Well, he's looking at them all. I think that's what he's going to do.
Oh, there's a...
And he can hit the red full and spin it over to the yellow.
The Zanetti just called time, made a big sign of a T because the time clock ceased working. The time clock is now showing 150 seconds for each player, which isn't correct. And it's really upset Zanetti because he has to play against the clock, and if the clock is not accurate, it messes up everything.
Big
so
discussion.
You're seeing a powwow with the tournament director, the man on the right, whose face you can't see, is Hans Jager, who's the BWA tournament director. 2 referees, and there's Jager in a red striped shirt.
Now, Zanetti and Jaspers are probably speaking in English. That's be their main common language. Zanetti seems hot.
It seems difficult to understand what the beef could be between the players. It would seem that they would challenge the equipment, not each other. It may be that Zanetti is claiming that if the clocks had been working, that Jaspers' time may have been about to run out. curiously, exactly the same thing happened 2 years ago.
Is that
During
so?
Jaspers' match, the clocks stopped working. And so it was necessary to proceed without the clocks at all. And that was in his match with Blumdahl 2 years ago in Las Vegas. And Zanetti's just sitting in the chair, like, steaming.
Yeah, he is. I wonder if we'll be given any information here by those officials. Probably not.
The other issue is when they do reset the clock, what will they reset it to? Who remembers what the time was available for each player? The interesting thing is that conversation that they're having, that you can see Zanetti in heated discussion with Jaspers. It could be in any number of languages. They're both tremendously multilingual.
They might be speaking in French.
Contretemps at the world level.
Well, we had that big discussion about the time, and we're still talking about it. Jaspers' clock was ticking down, and Zanetti, suddenly the clock reset to 150, and Zanetti stopped play and pointed that out. And Jaspers was a little irritated because he thought Zanetti was trying to put him out of focus, but he had every right to stop play.
Well, not just that. He may have actually helped Jaspers, because if the clock had wound down completely while Jaspers was shooting, then he would have lost the set.
That's true, and the other officials remember where it was when it reset to 150, so now part of the delay was to allow it to tick back down to where it was.
They've kept back down, so it's 50, it's difficult to read, but it's 53 seconds for Jaspers and 88 seconds for Zanetti.
With Jaspers at the table, and he has to re-aim again now.
And the interesting issue is when they're going to start the clock. I assume that they'll start it when he approaches the table and begins to reconsider.
Oh yeah, that's another little problem. Yeah.
Okay, the irrelevant officials have cleared out of the arena. And I'm watching to see when Jaspers' clock will start. It looks as if they've started his clock now because he's in position to consider a shot.
He doesn't have that long to consider it. He's playing a short angle, not a ticky.
Well, he stroked at 31 seconds, which is the lowest his clock has counted down to in this match.
Got a little unlucky there because he can't see the right side of the yellow.
The referee just called match ball. That's the European way of saying what we would call match point. Jaspers is shaking his head. He seems frustrated.
And just if the red ball had been an inch to the right, he'd have a setup. And now he doesn't have a setup. He has to play some kind of, I don't know what he'll play here. Four-railer off the left side of the red. That's not too attractive. I think that's what he's going to do. Might get a kiss in the middle of the rail here.
You're a total champion in calling those kisses.
Boy, oh boy! You know, look at Looks pretty hot.
This match may go to the person who regains his composure first.
I wonder if this will cause a lasting rift in their friendship. They play each other about 20 times a year in those leagues in Europe.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a player pointing out malfunctioning timing equipment. If he doesn't point it out, if it had really reset to 150 seconds, then it was giving Jaspers an advantage.
He's getting worried about the time. He just glanced over the clock. He only has 40 seconds to shoot. That's plenty of time. So he'll have to be awfully long.
He shot at 30.
Oh, boy, was that a nice shot.
Yeah, his clock had gone down to 30 by the time he stroked.
That was a fabulous shot.
Yeah, he's got another good shot now.
Now he's concentrating on the hit he needs to avoid banking the red into the white. I guess hitting it full is the best. Try to keep it going perpendicular, but
except perpendicular is dangerous because of the possible hit on the yellow.
See, there it is.
Yeah.
He just had to hope for the best there on that kiss, with the red going like that. 14 to 12. Well,
Zanetti just pointed his cue stick at the timing device and yelled out match point, and none of the officials could come close to figuring out what he meant by that. I'm going to run out of the arena very quickly if Jaspers makes this point, because I don't want to be around to see what Zanetti does.
This is not an easy shot. Too long, and a big fat natural. Zanetti really should run 3 from this position.
If Zanetti runs out, I'm going to exit the arena very quickly, because I won't want to be around to see what Jaspers does. I mean, this is, of course, if Zanetti wins, then it just goes to a 5th set. If Jaspers wins, it's over.
I feel fairly protected in this booth. And
it's only plexiglass, Bob.
I'm going to pretend I'm asleep if they look up this way. Gee, you can't go thin off the side? Oh boy, don't you wish you had that much precision? (13 to 14). I don't like any of these shots.
Well, I think he's going to go short off the red.
Can you see the red?
Ah, that's the problem, Bob. He can't see the red. Oh.
Wow.
Just try some...
It's a cross table.
Cross table, drop in.
You have to hit about 1 on that second rail. Is that beautiful or what?
It's almost as if he needed to work himself up into a lather to get the necessary gumption to go ahead with and close out this set.
Boy, this will be a controversial if Zanetti wins this set. Although he didn't do anything he shouldn't have done, he had to point that out, that the clock had failed. You know, here he is at the crucial point, and it's a real hard shot. Oh, and he has to massey to get the ball short enough. Wow. He's up about 30 degrees. He has to shoot softly.
He was down to 20 seconds at that shot.
Oh.
He put as much spin on his body as he did on the ball.
And he left a easy shot. That's a shame.
The only problem at all is that with the white ball close to the rail like that, he does have to cue in a place he might not otherwise wanted to. But and there's a hole behind the yellow.
And I wonder if he'll...
There is a hole. But they kissed and made up, so...
Yeah, wow, that was some match. Jaspers is a terrific player. But Zanetti made some beautiful shots near the end there with the pressure on. I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get much more drama than that.
Thank you very much.
So, saying goodbye until the next tape. I'm Bob Byrne, and goodbye to you, Mike.
Thanks for having me again, Bob. It's always a pleasure.